BTCCryptoAnalysis.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Summary Show. The public show. Anyway, Monday. Kind of a quiet day, and obviously crypto is looking a little heavy here now in the market, so I wouldn't be shocked if we see a bit of a quieter crypto sort of landscape and maybe even a little bit quieter TRI. Great to see that we got the new school term up and running full steam, and actually we have a pretty robust class list. Always amazed at how we sort of rate. Obviously with the raffle, a lot of people sign up and then wait to see if they win the raffle, but a big flood of people all came in right after the raffle results, and congratulations to Mr. Ghost. I suppose I want to hear great things from you, Ghost. I don't know whether I told you, but our Tuesday Secret Options Formula Club sort of quarterback, David O, he was our first raffle winner, and man, he's gone on to do great things. So proud of him. Anyway, and you know, most of our student body actually they do fairly well. So anyway, welcome new students. Also too, I'm going to be teaching the level 3 program. I think we decided we're going to go ahead with it. We have enough students. Again, a bunch of people all signed up last minute. So with that said, we should have our first class tomorrow. It'll be the introductory class. I should send emails and stuff out to the level 3ers tonight. Also too, we're going to try and include everybody, at least on a read-only basis in the school program, into the advanced rooms. The day trading room, the secret options formula club room. We also talk stock there a lot. And harmonics. All the harmonicans. So Stephen used to have a much bigger audience. So anybody who's in the school program, keep your eyes open for that. Today is Macro Monday, which means we should probably concentrate most of the after party on looking at the dashboard and the macro message from the market, commodities movement, currencies, ETFs. An ETF, really? Was there an ETF that came out recently that might have your attention? That kind of stuff. So I'll do just a very brief update, and we really should try and limit this to like 10-15 minutes. I gave you guys all a big treat there on Friday. I ran on for about an hour or so on the public show, but what the hell. If anything, nice little tease of what to get when you join the after party. And Chris, do we have a specific page or link or something that we want to encourage people to click if they do want to join the after party? If nothing else, just for just the free trial, just to help people along. How do I get to the after party?
I think they can sign up for a free trial.
Maybe
they want to sign up to our Discord. That's the main way that we disseminate the link to the after party, which is the Discord. So we want everybody to sign up for the Discord.
Okay, I don't know what that even means, but and you know what's so funny? I even see now typical Canadians. Canadians are very cynical and sarcastic sort of sense of humor. And now even I see like there's one guy, he calls himself the King of Floors here in Vancouver, and he's all of his commercials are like, we're actually real people. We'll actually help you. And the guy in the commercial, he's sitting there with like a whole bunch of lumber and stuff around him going, this isn't what we ordered. What the heck is this? How does this work? And then he looks at his computer and goes, no, I don't want to chat with you, you stupid robot. Now, can I actually speak to a real person And the King of Floors comes on and goes, "Hey, I'm still real. Come talk to me." So I do find it fascinating how now we're starting to get the backlash. We're starting to get the kickback. Sorry, Billy boy. Not everybody wants to live in your like computer robot slave worlds, and where humans now don't even interact with other humans. They have to interact with just computers. I found that fascinating. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised we get into the sort of the pendulum starts swinging back the other direction. So, having said that, if you do come to therationalinvestor.com, there is this free trial. You can always join us. I guess that's the way that Chris is talking about. I don't quite understand how all this works. But anyway, would love to have you join us. And like I said, if nothing else, I think the after party content itself is incredibly valuable. And just FYI, Mondays is Macro Monday, so we do like big picture, sort of what's going on in the world, and all the major markets and all the major sort of things like the breadth indicator off of TRI and weekly commodity trend summary and stuff. Then Tuesdays, we do want to concentrate specifically on crypto, and we have TRI CTO Sjord on the call on Tuesdays, and he is just an absolute crypto whiz. And we do have two different crypto portfolios on the site. We're still building them out, and I know I had one person back in Christmas go, "Are you going to get this pages cleaned up and a little bit more professional?" Yes, it's on the to-do list. We will get to it. But the bottom line is, you want the symbols. That's the price of admission right there. So that's our big sort of Joe six-pack investing in crypto for this coming cycle. And then of course we got the little old lady. I still don't really like the format for this page, but as you can see, it is a little bit better than what we had before. But just FYI, I had my computer die on me late last week. And as a result, I've been very flustered, very discombobulated. It's taken me literally, even this morning, I was still trying to do stuff for my futures trading, trying to get this thing back at least to where it was roughly the system was when before everything broke. So my apologies, bear with me. But if anything, we're making progress. And again, it's the list of symbols that you want. And by all means, if you want me to, just, come into the daily brief request room, come into the after party, and just, post a message, come into the lounge. On the Broiler Chicken Show, we have the AMA document. And speaking of which, I have to answer those questions in the after party today. And feel free, you're like, well, I've been thinking about this Dago. Tell me, Brian, in the after party, what are you doing, and where's your money, and what happened, and all that kind of stuff. I'll be more than happy to review with you. But I don't have the actual values here yet. I still don't have the cash balances on here, which we'll need to add. But the long and short of it here, I'm actually this portfolio is like basically doubled since last year, when sort of crypto bottomed there and we all started face ripping higher. And I can't even tell you what the percentage return on Sjord's name is. Sjord's list is. I know for certain some of these names. Interesting. He's still got the Luna on the books. I heard that Luna declared bankruptcy again, Luna Labs or something. But Render, I mean, God, you all know how much of a killing he made on that one, and Route and Rune, all those. So this portfolio has done very well as well. So I look forward to us continually updating and making that a little bit cleaner. But as I said, today is supposed to be Macro Monday. Wednesday will be our stock pickers day. Somebody on the site recently asked, do you do the little old lady portfolio for the stock picking? And really that's all about me and trading my registered account. And I actually did go and buy some stock. I bought gold stock here just the other day. It's a really pretty formation. Again, I have to get all my head on straight here. I don't even think I have a well, we'll just do a new one here. Just keep it simple, stupid. I won't bother loading templates here. But this little guy, nice little free treat for you guys out in the free video. And if you want, of course, come on the site and we can talk lots more about this guy. I really do like this price chart. So A to B, C to D, bullish bot, volume coming in. One higher low, two higher lows, three higher lows, five higher lows. I mean, I don't have it written up here, but hopefully you can understand what I'm getting at. So I really like this stock. So actually, I've been doing some stock buying for the registered account. So Thursday, of course, is Julian's day. So we get the baby powder report, and I sort of leave Thursdays is in his domain, wherever he wants to take a conversation. He is actively trading away. In fact, actually, TRI is trading the crypto top 30 algo automatically, which is super cool. We'll leave that for tomorrow for the conversation. And that was a big challenge I had for Sjord. Could he get this algo up and running and trading on its own? And he's done that. So congratulations, Sjord. And Thursdays, Julian is trading the S&P 500. Of course, he's as often is the case with algo. So we're trying to find some sort of top up here, nosebleed land. And you do get false signals when trading algos. And he just got a sell signal, and of course we just had a signal to buy the position back there. So yeah, first trade out of the gate for him. It looks like it's going to be a loss, but I'll leave him to update the site on and the public on that. And then Fridays, we have Free for All Fridays, where we often have special guests, our instructors, our various room quarterbacks all come into the call on Fridays, or it could just be an AMA session, and Brian goes off on some crazy ass rant for an hour or two. So there's our offering. And I believe it or not, like the silver membership is like $250 a year, like 25 bucks a month kind of idea. And I think that the video offerings justify the subscription itself. Then, of course, the pro package is the whole meal deal. All of the breadth screeners, screener tools, weekly commodity trend survey, the crypto page, and then the ability for you to actually build your own screeners and stuff. That all access to our pro crypto portfolios. That all comes with the advanced package. So anyway, there's your sales pitch first thing Monday morning. Why am I spending so much time sort of just not really talking too much about the markets? Well, I hate to say it. Typical Monday, really, but the news out today is almost negligible. Got up first thing this morning. Of course, it was a little bit of a challenge with my computer issues, but was able to sort of get back into the rhythm. Stocks are actually feeling fairly robust and feeling very uppy, as you can see. Lots of green across the board. I'm hearing a lot of negative things about Italy these days, and I did see like on YouTube and stuff. It seems that the hot real estate market for bargains these days is Italy. People are slashing prices right, left, and center, trying desperately to sell their, their villas and stuff. Don't hear too much about Portugal anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised if the pigs nations start coming back into the fore here. Now that interest rates appear fairly robust, and they're going to be squeezed again. Interesting to see, and of course we've kind of been talking about this a bit lately. There is clearly a massive capital shift going on in the world out of China, and if anything, that probably makes guys like Donald Trump happy. And the headlines are that the biggest beneficiary of all this appears to be Japan. And once again, I don't know whether you've heard this is a reoccurring theme of late. Once again, Japan is going absolutely crazy. Let's see, where's our news? Do I have it on here? We have a different tab. Already 50. Well, I did a sales pitch there, so that's not really fair for the public. Hey, we got gypped, man. So anyway, just finishing off this thought with you here this morning. Monday morning, January 22nd here, basically no news coming out of the US. I mean, we have some 3-month T-bill auction. Actually, the CB, that's the Conference Board leading index. Interesting. Leading economic indicators. Johnny Hoagland used to always call it the misleading indicators. But anyway, down 0.1%. Market was actually looking for a drop of 0.3%. Actually came in a little stronger than expected. And you heard me on the weekend ranting about the consumer confidence numbers. Like, I got to tell you, that chart was insanely bullish. And I did see, although I don't see it here, but I did see actual direct reference to holy crap, the US consumer is uber strong. And interesting to see China just keeps sort of unwinding here. And I see that Shanghai, Sensex are both continuing to spill lower. So I do believe that that whole China fugazi is over. And now maybe, over the next 5-10 years, we'll actually see what the real situation in there is. Having said that, often countries that are really desperate, they do things like start wars to try and change the topic of conversation. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. But it is good to see that with the demise of CCP, kind of this idiot idea that actually communism is a good idea. Fucking losers. And if anything, I was exceptionally pleased to see yesterday, I even tweeted it out, that maybe the pendulum is starting to swing back the other direction with Mr. Argentina standing up there at the World Economic Forum, basically in their face, telling them that they're all crooks, which I thought was great. I mean, only a red-blooded South American, and I will say, he said, like, I actually listened to the speech because there's a bunch of Canadian commentators on YouTube right now that are fearful that exactly what's happening, what happened in Argentina over the past 20 years is what's going to happen in Canada, and they're freaked out, and they really don't want our society to collapse like that. But it's like, and keep in mind the bankster crooks, they just keep raising their salaries to offset this inflation. So it makes no difference to them. But of course, the entire standard of living of the nation is just absolutely collapsing. And actually, look at that. Isn't that interesting? These are all, so theoretically, that tweet that I put out should have gone out. But notice, I see somebody responded to my tweet. But where is Mr. Argentina? That's from back last week. Isn't that interesting? It's a little suspicious what's going on here with this interneting. That was a different thing. Where's Mr. Argentina? Huh. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, there he is. This guy here. I listened to the speech, and keep in mind, he said a few things in here. Typical, very red-blooded Argentinian male. He probably shouldn't have. Probably didn't help his cause. But nonetheless, hats off to him for at least expressing a very real, like front life on the ground look at how bad socialism is and how these bankster crooks, this like elitist sort of, Klaus and all those idiots, how they really, really destroy societies. And, of course, he's an excellent commentary on that because he comes from a society that was, and you could actually make the argument that it's the reason why Argentina went down the road that it did was because of Citicorp. And actually back then it was called Citigroup. They basically froze out Argentina because they wouldn't play ball with the American banksters. So, how ironic. Anyway, As for markets, because there's very little news today, I didn't really see a lot sort of new developments. I think what's still going on is, out of the first hour of the January Barometer study, you notice that midpoint, we had a fairly substantial rally, which I do think that that's sort of what we're going through right now. The first day, you can see that as well, sort of the middle of the report, pretty big rally. It was interesting the first week. We never really did see that. So that was a little bit head scratcher there. But this is the first month in total, and you can see they are pushing this thing higher. And what's interesting about this is we sort of conjectured if they could get the market above 480 on that Friday, a massive amount of wealth transferred hands from the 1% to the public, because the public, and I don't think I saved it. Oh, I did. Yay. So we had talked about this, that January leaps. Remember, in 2020, the exact same thing happened when Donald Trump was president. And we all know that, there was just a massive transfer of wealth through that January leap options expiry. The public went and bought the stock market right at the top into that January 2020 peak. And of course, we all know what mysteriously happened in February, March of that year, and how the stock market absolutely collapsed. And then all of a sudden, there's a big bailout, right? And then you all of a sudden, following the big bailout, you hear that Billy Gates is going and buying up half of Mexico, and Jeff Bezos is going in and buying back all his Amazon stock that he sold up top. I mean, it's stunningly corrupt how this game works. So, I did find it interesting. 75,000, there was that open interest. That's a pretty damn big number. And of course, these 470s, they also expired in the money. There's 475s. I mean, we're talking some serious dollars here, folks. I mean, you do the math. 75,000 times 100 is 7.5 million times 480. That's a lot of money. And I think they just went and did it again. So this literally is a visualization. All of these options expired in the money, and all of these options were forced exercise. The people that bought the calls had to basically go and buy the stock up top here. So extremely dangerous. And I got a funny feeling there's a trap being laid here. What's interesting about this stock index chart, and this is one of David O. I mentioned David O earlier as our first contest winner. David O had pointed this out in our Stock Pickers Club meeting last week, that he thought he saw on this chart a megaphone. I guess the question is, if that's the points that we're going to use, boom, boom. And I think actually we have to go off of here. So if that's the case, then we should top out, and then we should roll over, and we should come back down, and we should test this into, interestingly enough, there is the end of the month, and that would sort of follow that January barometer path. So believe it or not, I'm actually looking for a pivot here. Interesting how right here, just above this trend line resistance, we're painting a big fat doji here. So transfer massive amount of wealth over to the public's hands. Kind of following that January barometer study, although it looks like the study was looking for the top to come in a little earlier. Mind you, this one did boom up a bit more. And I would expect the back part of this month to actually be a bit sloppy here. Now that they've got the options expiry out of the way, they've got basically 2 weeks here to do whatever the heck they want in the market. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you hear the rhetoric that the market's going to come back down. Well, what's a reason for that? You can already start to see the writing on the walls when it comes to the news. What I saw was, Iran is now, they are putting the sort of thumbs to Iran, connecting them with these Yemeni Hutus. That might spill over into some sort of provocation with Iran over the next week or two. I could see that derail things. I did see Saudi Arabia had said that there's no way that they are going to acknowledge Israel unless Israel comes up with some sort of two-state solution. So in essence, all of this sort of chumminess. There it is. Saudi Arabia won't recognize Israel without a path to Palestinian state. So you can start to see that, we had a little period where, hey, maybe everybody's going to be friends. And now we're back to, no, that's not likely. All right. So, there's probably your market summary for Monday. Not really a lot of sort of price action wise. We talked about this yesterday in the broiler chicken show. I actually think that that's a midpoint consolidation doji, which means we probably need to come right back down into Collins pump chaser zone. And of course, like we said, if the back half of January is ugly for the stock market, I don't see any reason why it would be any different for Bitcoin. I thought maybe we just get a nice little stab into 13 EMAs and bounce off of that. But the fact that that was a pretty clean doji there, this is a weekly chart. So that's a full week of consolidation. And we're just a hair's breadth away from breaking those lows. If we do break those lows, then that is a pretty clean bear A, B, C, D. And what does that sort of look like in the lower time frames? Probably the 4-hour chart's probably the best to see. We did have a reload long zone against all of these lows, trying to hold. And the market did put in a pretty valiant effort to try and hold in here. But, all the ETF stuff, and you can see there really isn't that much buying interest in this right now. And with the propensity for the public to be, they are caught. They went and FOMO bought up top here, which was dumb as dumb can be. And they're probably going to be slowly bled out of the market. And you can see if we lose this low right here, it should be pretty obvious. Lower highs and lower lows defines a bear. So this will just be confirmation if you want a level to keep an eye on. 40,258. And the low here this morning to 40,224. No, beg your pardon, 324. So haven't quite gone through that, about $100 off of that low. But you can see she's flirting with trouble. I would have to, at the very least, see W's come in here to try and change that impression. And of course, if we change this to a line chart, hey, where did that W go? On a clothesline basis, we are closing below those key support lines. So nothing really to get bullish there. And if we finish off quick boo at Schalt coins, total market cap, big old shooting star, followed by Doji. This is that weekly price chart. I think you can make the argument this is a midpoint Doji consolidation. And of course, we have lost that low here this morning. That consolidation low there was 154, and this morning's low of 153. So that was that dip down through that low there. So there's nothing to be bullish about here in the short term. And you scroll through the universe, there's a bit of red on the screen. So I don't think anybody should be surprised. Of course, Trex is gone now. So can't really watch all of those, but you can see on balance, I think the red is far more dominant than the green. So okay, I'd love to paint pictures of sunshine and lollipops for you guys. I just don't see it right now. And if anything, I'd be a little bit leery about the market here until you actually start seeing W start to come in on these price charts again. And this might be a while. If we look at like momentum, this is that weekly chart. Momentum is rolling over here. Willie did actually get officially stupidly overbought. You can see volume is trailing off here. And I think you see the same image with Bitcoin. Momentum has rolled over. Willie did get stupidly overbought on a weekly basis. That's a major warning sign. And you can see the sellers are ramping up here as well. So big hurry up and enjoy your Monday. I'm going to enjoy my beverage, go hang out in the after party, chat a little bit with site peeps, answer the questions that I wasn't able to get to in the after party yesterday, or the brother chicken show yesterday. and maybe spread some love and joy around the world. What the hell, eh? All right. Have yourselves a great day. PMA for the win. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember what your number one job is. Don't take one over with nickels. And the only thing left right say is bye for now.